Mm-hmm.
Hot.
Yeah.
So that's what I tell you. You notice it's gotten darker. It's thicker. This is where I start to equate the flavor with heat. Some people call it smoke.
I'm not hearing anything you're saying, dude.
I know.
Okay.
Just so you know.
You could be telling me I have the worst mother on the planet. I'll be like, yeah.
Ready to go?
Let's do it.
All right. Hi, I'm David Voorhees, host of Running Hot. With me is Luke Aslesen.
You nailed it.
Say. I practiced that before.
That's right.
With Christensen Group as a benefits broker, also run a business, Informed.
Informed, yes, sir.
Okay, looking forward to having you on. You know the process?
I've seen it. You've told me a little bit about it. I think it's best to just go where you lead.
Okay. I purposely picked this one because, one, it's tasty, but it's a funny little name. Yeah,
Very
Little
funny.
Dick's, big flavor. Yeah. Number one, nothing to be afraid of. This first one is going to be...
I can't follow how much you put on there because you just said you were about to try a 7 million Scoville wing, bro.
But see, I'll double dip.
Yeah.
This one's really, really good.
Uh-huh. Really good.
Trust me. It's got a little bit of sweet.
Okay.
Got a little tiny kick.
Yeah. Okay.
Nothing wild.
All right.
All right. So before we get into the questions, I want to address your persona. And the reason I want to is I saw a really cool video of yours day before yesterday about getting an email that you didn't like, maybe from somebody who turned you down.
Oh, yeah.
But it was a completely different persona.
Totally.
You know, you had a
Yeah.
button-up, short-sleeve shirt, no hat on, and I'm going,
Yeah, who is this
the
guy?
same guy?
Yeah.
So can you play two different parts? Do you have, or is it just some days you feel this way, some days you feel that way?
Yeah. Well, kind of like I said offline before we started, is we are brand building.
Okay.
And I think people believe I wear a hat because I'm bald to cover up the bald, but I go bald half the time. So showing up like that, and also it's insurance. You know,
Yeah.
people typically you can only push so far,
Right.
like showing up like this.
Right.
So to answer your questions, some days I do it, some days I don't. It's really not intentional. It's just kind of, and the lid of my hat. Also, by the way, I'm pointing to my business partner, Steve. I'm not just talking to the wall like a crazy person.
Okay, you can be crazy on the show. It's fine.
But I forget what I was saying.
We were talking about
Oh,
building
the
brands.
hat.
Yep,
The hat. It's it kind of blocks some of the light, so
Okay.
a little bit easier to see.
I mean, anybody who is in sales or anybody who's in presentations understand that you have to dress for what you're doing.
Yeah,
And so
totally.
I just had only seen you in this form, and I saw this.
Yeah.
It was really funny too. It was a great video.
Evolution does, yeah. Thank you.
So we talked a little bit before, just getting to know one another, and a little bit of your background. So why don't you share how you got started in benefits?
Yeah. So, been doing it almost a decade, not quite, but about 3-4 years ago, I was doing an RFP for a large CPA firm as a broker.
Okay.
And got to the finalist meeting, and the head of HR said, "Hey, is there any way to just get short burst content information out to our people, because we don't have HQ, we have 40 locations across the country." There literally was not an engagement tool to actually get employees educated on how their stuff works or actually engaged. But if there was, it was like translating PDF into a video. Like, let's talk about an HSA. You know that shit. Is it okay to swear too?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
awesome, great. And so I was like, I have a degree in journalism and mass communication. I speak a couple languages. I'm good on camera. I can communicate. I think I was a teacher in a past life. And I was just like, fuck it, let me do it. Let me give it a whirl. So I created some just really crappy videos with a video camera on my computer. Fast forward to today, we built the Netflix of insurance. Steve is my business partner, does all the creative. But it all started from somebody asking, does this exist?
Right.
And like anything else in life, at least in my experience, the good things come when you're really not looking for them. And I was happy, dude. I was super happy. I was crushing as a broker. Things were going good. And then this wild hair came up out of nowhere. And I was like, I got to pull on that thread.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's cool.
Well, I'm going to make that question too. So let's jump into sauce number 2, still on the right side.
Alrighty. Okay, hot ones.
Hot ones. I had a colleague send us a sampling of all the Hot One sauces.
Oh, really?
And a couple of them are really, really good.
Okay.
Some of them are hot. These are still, we're in the, I'm not trying to do anything to harm you.
Okay.
That's why it's on your side of the table. The
Yeah.
stuff that's dangerous is on my side of the table.
I'm trying to not eat it with my lips because you put the fear of God in me on this thing.
Well, you just don't want to lick your lips. I wouldn't put it on your lips either, but I think this is a little bit better flavor than the Little Dickies.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they're both very, very good.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about how you formed Informed.
Yeah. So we all know brokers are the linchpin. Everything happens through brokers. Love it or hate it, but they are kind of the sales force and the gatekeepers.
Right.
And we just were like, I, again, as a broker, was getting so many people asking me, is there a way to engage? Is there a way to do this? Is there a way to whatever? And it just, again, there was nothing there in the market. And we just said, let's do this thing. So the reason I bring that up is we work almost exclusively with brokers and producers. So we are huge believers in let's give you really cool tools. My favorite book is The Go-Giver.
Yep.
And we're like, let's just give a ton of value before we receive any sort of payment. So that's really how we do it. And then brokers will, when they win the deal and then implement Informed, that's when we get paid. We're just putting a fresh, cool spin on benefits and engagement. So self-serve from the portal. HR logs in, you can search all the videos, you can send like directly text and email from the platform, you can embed any of the videos in a soft copy guide, in a newsletter, I mean literally whatever you want to do with the content, because we don't care about our name being on the masthead. Like remove all of our branding, we can white label it for you. We just are hell-bent on building baseline benefits literacy across the country and giving people a cool tool to, again, just deliver that to their clients. Yeah.
So the second part of that question is, you've got brokers that are asking for something that they were asked for in the field. Mm-hmm. What should they be asking for? What do you feel like you guys do fundamentally well that maybe they don't ask up front because they don't know, but hey, this is what you should be asking us because this is where we can really help you get there?
That's a really good question.
Thank you.
Thank you for asking. They should be asking, how do I get employees of my clients to give a shit? Your people are going out of network. They have no idea what telemedicine is. When they hit their out-of-pocket max, they go on a spending spree, and nobody has ever told them, you have an active role in how this all goes, because employees are used to showing up to the trough, picking between 3 plans, and then that's it. But I'm just going off here. But I think producers should be asking the question of not only how do I get people engaged, but also that's a hard thing. That builds such good relationship.
Right.
Numbers and money and all of that stuff is awesome. You have to be fiscally sound with benefits, but that does not create relationship.
No.
Saving a little bit of money is not. When I walk in and I say, hey, Mr. and Mrs. CFO, CEO, we're going to build great relationship as the years go on. But without sounding like a dick, you're my number 2 priority. I care about your people and how they spend money and how they use healthcare, because the more I focus on this, the better off these conversations are going to be.
Right.
And they're just like, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for being the only person that's ever come into my office and cared about my employees more than making the sale.
If you think about efficiency in healthcare, if you get better at something you're already doing, you're just going to make more money.
Yep.
And if
That's a
you
great
do
point.
better job of it, your customer is going to be happier with your product.
Yeah.
And you will make more money.
Yep.
So oftentimes when I talk to people, I think what they hear first is that I care about how people consume healthcare because I want them to be healthy, I want them to be happy, and they think that's going to cost money, and I want them to do it for free. No, I'm a capitalist. I like money, and I like a lot of it. What I want you to do is do a great job so we can make more of the money.
Yeah.
And so you have to get past that idea of, I'm asking you to do something for free, or I'm asking you to do something less. No, I'm just asking you to do it better so you can be more efficient and make more money.
Yeah.
But you got to talk really fast so you can get to the part where I want you to make more money.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you tune out.
Yeah.
All right.
There has to be that money piece.
Here we go. Number 3. This one will scare you in terms of the picture. I don't think we're there yet, but Yeah.
Dragon repellent.
Correct. the name is a little
Nightmare hot sauce, dude. What do you mean?
It's not as hot as it looks. I promise you.
Okay. All right.
You have really two personas, not the ones we were talking about before,
Yeah.
but you've got the broker hat and then you've got the operator hat in Informed.
Mm-hmm. I think just leaning into the fact that this is just hard. Building anything, whether you're selling pillows or working in insurance, it's just hard. But secondly, the ecosystem that we operate in is particularly nuanced. So I just think getting over my own, I think I set my own glass ceilings. I think we all probably do. And someone asked me recently, they're like, how did you do all this? And I was like, what do you mean? We haven't really done much. And they're like, whoa, 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 whoa. You've done a lot.
Right.
And then it forces you to take a step back. But I don't know, just and thank God for a partner like Steve that we can just like, hey, it's weird when you link up with good people. When you're low, the other person's typically high, and they kind of balance each other out. So having someone to just be like, hey, we're doing this for a reason. We were brought here for a reason. And so when I'm super bummed out or I think something's gonna fail, he's like, hey, chin up, come on, and then vice versa. So I don't even know if I'm answering the question, but I don't know that it's gotten any easier. I think we just learn how to navigate, get better, faster, stronger. This is a tricky space. Mm-hmm. It is a really, really tricky space. Because to your point, like we were talking about offline, there's a lot of old boys, old girls that have been doing this for a long time. There is a lot of resistance to change. You've got people that don't want to lose their jobs. I mean, just disrupting or upsetting the apple cart has some pretty high stakes. So throw in the fact that we look like we just got paroled and we're up in here like, trying to tell people to educate their people on the shit we're selling. And
is
they're
that
just
why
like,
you had the anklet?
Yeah, exactly.
Just, I didn't want to bring it up, but you...
Don't try cutting these off. It doesn't go very well. What do we got?
This is kind of funny because of a question that'll come along these lines, but... Extreme hot sauce, pain is good.
Pain is good. Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah. They've got it on there twice, so they must really believe in it.
That's right. This is where...
Mm-hmm. So my sinus...
You start to taste heat.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Okay.
Well...
Yeah.
We're ascending.
The plane is taking off. All right.
So, along the theme with pain is good, I don't think it's a secret that you have tattoos.
Mm-hmm.
And typically they don't tickle. But, how many tattoos do you have? And do you have a favorite?
I don't know. We'll just say I have 2 full sleeves.
Okay.
All the way up, all the way, working on full back. But I tend to just do big pieces that all kind of go together. So I don't know, call it maybe a dozen or something. But my favorite one is this one. It's Mary Magdalene, and underneath it says, "Why do you weep?" And if I may tell a story.
Please.
Okay, so Jesus dies, right?
This is new information.
Yeah.
Go ahead, continue.
I need to tell you about Jesus.
Okay, continue.
Raised from the dead, believe it or not, it doesn't matter. But Mary Magdalene, who was very close with Jesus, she walks to the tomb, and he's not there, and she thinks there's been grave robbers or something, and she walks away and she's weeping. And, Jesus has come back at this point, and it's in the dark, and he walks up to Mary, and he says, "Woman, why do you weep?" And at the time, she's just so heartbroken. She didn't know it was him. And she said, "I don't know if you knew this, but Jesus died, whatever." And then he says, "Mary." He just says her name. And at that point, she goes, "Oh my God, it's you." So, I love the story with it. It's like, he spoke her name, and that brought comfort. That was like, oh, you're here. And I just love like old Catholic, kind of Gothic, whatever paintings, and the dude just did a really good job with the piece. So, love the story, love the intimacy piece of it, and I also want to be very, very clear. I don't get tattoos. Be like, the image comes before the meaning. Like, every tattoo person wants the tattoo, you know? And there just happens to be a cool story attached. But, yeah, this one's good. I like it.
Very cool.
Did good work.
So just a little bit. This is the bomb.
Okay.
We've now,
this is the one.
ascended to the bomb. We are at 135,000 feet.
135,000 feet.
All right. So don't take too much, right? Just a little dip. See, I didn't do much. I just gave myself a little kiss there.
Okay. Little kiss, he said. Okay. Yep. Yeah.
You're here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're halfway here.
You know what? Mm-hmm.
Hot.
Yeah.
So that's what I tell you. You notice it's gotten darker. It's thicker. This is where I start to equate the flavor with heat. Some people call it smoke.
I'm not hearing anything you're saying, dude.
I know.
Okay.
Just so you know.
You're going to be telling me I have the worst mother on the planet. I'll be like, yeah. I'm crying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What other bodily things is this going to do to me?
Well, I can't answer that question. This is a kid's show. All right. So you've started a business. You've operated in a business, which you currently do. I'm sure you hear no a lot. What is some advice either that you follow or that you can give to help you overcome those no's and not get down on yourself or prevent you from the opportunity of the next yes?
You know, I've got a really good friend who's in sales, and he does well, and I'm Mr. Control. I like to control things, blah, blah, blah. But he is super laissez-faire. He hits his number all the time. I mean, this dude has never missed quota a month ever. And he's so chill. And I'm just like, Matt, how do you do this? And he goes, I just do the work I'm supposed to do every single day. I was like, oh, well, he has this fundamental understanding that he can control his controllables, and that's it. And if he's doing what he's supposed to do, chop wood, carry water every single day, the wins are going to flesh themselves out. They just are. Whereas I'm like, how can I only be closing at 15%? This is bullshit. How did they not hire me?
Right.
But that's because I want that, or I'm expecting them to win me or like me, and then my work wouldn't actually have to, prove out. If I'm making any sense here.
Yeah.
So I think it's just, you're always going to hurt when you lose, but you hear no all the time. But I'm just like, do I go into meetings, excuse me, am I proud of how that meeting went? Win or lose? And it probably sounds super woo-woo, but we've all had meetings that we walk out and we're like, that went really, really, really well. And you win or lose, it doesn't really matter. But then I'm like, okay, I know that I'm doing my very best work. And when I'm doing my very best work, the right people are going to come along. And you've probably read these same studies. It's like people that swear, people that do whatever, people that are a little more abrasive, high EQ. Don't wave that in front of my face, though. I'm not ready for this shit. Yeah, thank you. No, we're here. Tell me.
So this is Grinders. I'd like for you to go ahead and read that.
Yeah. Well, first of all, we have a skull and crossbones, bleeding. Oh, his tongue is bleeding. Good. Okay. Grinders stretch death nectar.
Yeah.
Grinders death nectar. 337,000 Scovilles.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. There's got to be some pithy.
Just the words all say hot.
Yeah. Oh, they won a Scovie.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. There's, you know more about this than I do. There's awards for this shit?
There's like a Razzie. There's all sorts of stuff. Last one, though. You made it. You made it.
We were close. Well, close. I'm going weak on this one.
All right. How you feeling?
I'm at like 4 out of 10, but it's going to be a 10 shortly. I feel it. Talk for 30 seconds because I'm going to switch milk around.
So, what Guinness Book of World Records record would you like to break? Just think of a record that you might think you want to break, and we'll use that as a Guinness Book of World Records. Hottest wing eaten ever?
Yeah. Nope. Pass on that. Absolutely. Man. Wow. That is a great question.
That's what hot sauce does. It scrambles your brain a little bit.
Well, it did what you wanted. Like, there are no pre-rehearsed lines coming out at this point. Dude, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. Give me a pass on that one, or skip, or
we'll come back to it if something comes up. But what is the weirdest conspiracy theory that you've ever believed?
Oh.
Does he like this? Is he excited, or is he like? God?
I think so. I don't know if let's see. I believe,
Okay.
David.
Okay.
I believe,
Okay.
David. I think.
Oh wait. You believe? I believe. Dramatic pause. I think. Okay.
I just self-corrected in a big way.
Okay, we're good.
This is
all right. We're somewhere between believe and think.
Yeah, some sort of thinking. I think that at some level in the world there is, I don't know if it's like a literal council of a dozen people or something, but I think there is some authority so much higher than everybody else.
Okay.
And they're literally making decisions saying there are 8 billion people on this planet.
Okay.
And a lot of them are expendable. We're going to try this. We're going to do whatever. And just for the good of mankind, or for the study of mankind. Some might say it's aliens studying us. But I think there are select people that are steering the ship globally. And everything that just trickles down through a zillion different layers. And we have no idea. We get hung up on fighting about politics, fighting about religion, fighting about getting cut off in traffic. But it's like, all of the shit here is so much bigger than we can even fathom. And we love to feel like we have the right answer. But it's like, if you knew 100 levels up the decision making that went on. I mean, I think maybe a soft example is 2008. Banks all got bailed out. Why? We're all like, fuck the banks. They're rotten bastards. What would happen? There were people way up there. They're probably just, the 12 people.
Did you 3 believe and 3 think?
Yes,
I've been
correct.
counting.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's do a counter.
Yeah,
3 believes, 3 thinks.
I believe that there are Yeah, I'm not sure if there are people. Yeah, no, that is something that I would have. If someone told me that is the truth, I'd be like, yeah, I knew it.
Now, they're higher beings that are doing this?
Humans.
Humans. Okay.
Yes. There are humans. I don't know if you want to like get all whatever, and they're at this big summit in Zurich or something.
Like the cabal.
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, something. I think there are people making decisions for us.
I'd like to not believe that.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't say that there might not be something like that. That's the fun thing about conspiracy theories.
Right.
Except some of the ones that are way, way, way over here that are really difficult to believe. Most of them have, like the moon one's an interesting one that I've been hearing both ways where I'm going, I could see both
Yes,
of them.
correct.
I believe we were there.
Yeah.
But I surely could see we didn't go.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I'm trying to think of another one. The flat earth thing, you can't... Listen.
Flat Earth is a little wild. But, I mean, I've heard some... I don't know. I've not been to either end. So, like...
Well, again, it'd be flat if it'd be either... So you do think it's flat, and I caught you red-handed. Oh, man. This has been incredible. So, Luke Aslesen.
You
nailed it. Thank you for being a guest. You made it through all 6.
This is awesome. This is really fun.
It was a good time. We had some fun. You made it through.
Yes.
So thank you for being a guest on Running Hot, the Business Insurance Podcast. Hopefully you've enjoyed this as much as I have. We'll look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Take care.
See ya.